All right, welcome to the Translucent Podcast once again.
And my lane is the positive music. You know, a lot of...
Network.
Welcome everybody today to the Translucent Podcast, and we exclusively on the Dark Network. Today we got griffinstein in the building today. Everybody say welcome. If you're tuning in, leave us some comments. Go ahead and Griffin, go and talk to the people. And first of all, I want you to introduce yourself to the people. Let them know who you are. Let them know what you do. And
Yeah. Griffinstein, born and raised in Richmond. Rapper, podcaster, poet, philosopher, extraordinaire. Doing music, trying to get this dark network up and popping. It's a lot, author. Everybody got a book in them. Trying to help kids, trying to help grown-ups, just help people get to the next level of their lives. And not everybody though, because everybody ain't ready. But that's what we trying to do. We trying to be entrepreneurs, and I'm a lot, just like everybody. We do a lot.
And hopefully by the end of the episode, you'll be able to go over a lot of that, and people can tap in with you for different things.
Yep.
Maybe you got a lot to offer to the people. So first of all, I want to talk about growing up in Richmond. How was it growing up in Richmond for you? How was it growing up in Richmond?
It was good at first. The first house I remember was 720 Pennsylvania, across from the Petrie Street. So we Petrie store in Central. It was good. We walked the Pearies. I remember I had a Cookie Monster rain jacket. Was wearing it when it wasn't raining because the eyes moved in the back. And
I remember that.
Yeah. So yeah. Miss Goodwin. I was just talking to somebody about that. So it was good.
So you had Miss Goodwin?
I had Miss Goodwin.
What, kindergarten or first?
For kindergarten.
Kindergarten.
I was in her class when Miss Douglas got killed.
Miss Douglas.
She got hit by a train listening to her Walkman. She was a weird looking white lady. Yeah. I think she was. I didn't pay attention, but she was weird. But I think she was on dope. And nobody could. It was what, 80.
Yeah, these were the 80s.
Shit, maybe even 79.
I thought it was the 80s.
Well, I was born in 74. I don't know when you go to kindergarten at 5. Oh, yeah. So yeah, 79, 80. It could have been. So I remember when she got killed. But yeah, no, I was just telling a story about this dude kept walking past me. This little dude, and he kept going past me. We all had to sit in a circle. But he was walking too close to me, and the third time I tripped him. So I knew he was too close to me. She sent me home with a note, and I took the note, and I hid it. And then when it was time, when my mama dressed me in the morning, so I went and got the note, put PAT hella crooked on it, put it in my pocket. When she said, y'all about to go to school, put it in my pocket. She gave us one more pat down. I was like, what? As soon as she touched it, I started crying. I got beat for a long time for that. But she's like, I'm gonna have to watch you.
So you did all 7 years at Perry's, kindergarten to 6?
Nah, I went all the way up to the 3rd with the 4th because I had Miss Miles. I had Miss Miles beating everybody. Yeah, I think I was in class with Richard and Edie. I was in the class with Edie. Miss King was there. Miss King. She was there. The afro with the turtleneck and the leather jacket. She was like, no, none, and always smelled like Newport.
Now later on, I found out one of my good friends, Fish. That's his mom. So he was like,
his mama?
Yes, that's his actual mom. And I was like, man, Miss King, she used to be cool. She was dark skin, had the fro.
Yeah.
Black woman, strong. Yeah, it was like, man, so.
She always carried her keys. Mama, I remember that.
Yeah, it was the 80s, and it was a good thing. Who was the principal when you were there, when you left?
When I left, it was Dr. Alseo.
Dr. L?
Dr. L. Miss Bradford was still there. Miss Jenkins was still there. I can't remember who was there when as a kindergartner. I can't remember who was there. But yeah, I think it ended up being Miss Bradford who ended up being,
Yeah, I think later on down the road, Miss Bradford became the principal somewhere down the road.
I never knew her title. She must have been vice principal because you can't just become principal. So, no. So up to 4th, and then my mother decided that something was going on, and we did see a lot. I remember some dude named Mighty Whitey was robbing Pepsi trucks when they came through, and so they sent us to a 7-day Adventist school over there on Appian Way. And yeah, we was there for 2 years. We was the poor black people. They was bringing us succotash, if you can believe that, nigga. Lima beans and oh my god, I'm like, we don't eat this shit, but you take it home, and you know, we was the poor kids, and I didn't care for that. So then I went back and then graduated from there. But yeah, 6th grade, then everything changed. We had to move to Easter Hill. Oh, we moved to North.
Y'all moved to North.
We had to move to North.
Yeah.
So we moved to North on Kelsey, and that was cool. It was cool, but that was short lived. We was just, my daddy he was a dreamer. He was a dreamer. So he thought he had more money than he really had, and thought everything would just work out. We was evicted, so we had to go to Easter Hill.
All right, so from there, the eviction led to Easter Hill.
Yeah, to Easter Hill, and then that's where
everything grew from.
Yeah, everything grew up.
So how was the Hill back then? What year are you talking about?
Shit, we talking 87?
87?
87.
Okay.
We talking 87. Yeah, it was rough. It was rough then. It was a lot of stuff. My daddy had to talk to us. That's what he did do. He did talk to us about why this dude is doing this, why she's doing that, why that white stuff is on her. He told us everything, and my mother didn't like it. But I think you should tell kids that.
Right. I think you should tell them early.
Yeah.
So they have an understanding about it instead of finding out later.
The wrong way.
The wrong way.
Yeah. So yeah, we moved a couple of times in there. It was a dude named Damien that we lived next door to. He burnt up next door to us, and that was sad. But he was a little bit of a bully. But he had a moped, huh? Oh, I think something caught fire. He burnt up. Yeah, his uncle. That's another reason why I say people say the power of God and the power of this and the power of that. That dude's uncle, I think he just died recently too. He climbed up. You remember them security gates? Right. He pulled those hot security gates off the goddamn building to get his nephew out of there. You know, people be, but it was the power of God. I was like, you better look inside. Right. You got the power. You better believe it. It's there. You just got to get motivated.
And that's adrenaline, man.
Man.
Adrenaline.
He snatched it off.
It wasn't even about the heat no more.
It wasn't. And he had burns on his hands for the rest of his life. But he pulled his goddamn nephew out of there. You know, he died like 4 days later anyway at the burn unit, but he pulled him out of there. I never forget that. I don't even know why we was standing there. I would have liked to be away from it. Yeah. But
life in Easter Hill is kind of what shaped you into wanting to get into music.
Nah. So what shaped me to want to get in music is watching, you know, people do music. You know, we was in church, so we was watching stuff. And as a kid, I can hear how certain songs could have been better, or how, you know, we was in the choir, we sang Voices of Praise in the body of Christ. We had a church.
What was home church? What was the home church?
Home church was next door to Lucky Lanes.
Next door to Lucky Lanes.
Yeah, a long time ago. Next door to Lucky Lanes, and then they lost that building, and then we started doing a room out of the Richmond Auditorium. You know, you can rent those little Hawaiian rooms. I think they're all Hawaiian themed rooms. Yeah. So that's what we did, and that's why I started doing music. And then it got to the point where, you know, when I didn't start rapping until I was in probably a junior in high school. Junior in high school. Yeah, people was talking about it and doing it. I'm like, these niggas. It was one dude with glasses. I wish I could remember his name. I don't remember his name, but he said something, and he did a rhyme where he said, walking down the street, and it was this and it was like, it was in the tone of that song, but he was doing it all. I said, this nigga is brilliant.
This was at El Cerrito?
This was at El Cerrito. It was, I had a few people there, but I was, so we dressed a certain way. Right. So we, you know, them years was the preppy years. Right. It was so fashion show. Yeah, they can see who didn't have money or who was So I dressed like a D-boy, but I sell drugs. My father would have killed everybody. So, it was a clear separation. But I was a charger. I could charge. Right. Well, I'm sorry. I could. What do people call it?
Snapping, capping, whatever.
Capping. Yeah. So I could cap. So people, I had a mind, and we was doing stuff. It was fun. It's just it got deep real quick. Easter Hill was in funk with a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Then we was supposed to be cool with certain suckers, and then I just didn't know who to deal with, and it just got rough. It just got rough. So we stayed out. I already told the story, but I sold one piece of crack in North Richmond. One piece of crack.
The game lasted one piece of crack.
One piece of crack for me. I looked at the desperation in that lady eye. She would have did anything. Mm-hmm. Anything. Mm-hmm. I asked her to do. Mm-hmm. I don't like having that kind of power. Right. Even now, I don't even think I would. I don't want to see that kind of desperation. I don't like to see it. It's saddened me now, and I don't even remember what she looks like. But I just remember it had a profound. I wasn't doing it. I wasn't hungry. Don't get me wrong. I don't look down on anybody that does it. Right. I wasn't hungry. My mother went to work every day to do stuff so that we didn't have to deal with that. We had shoes on our feet. We probably only got one pair of shoes, but shit, you took care of them. But no, I wasn't hungry, so I wasn't forced to do it. I know people that were. It's rough. It is rough to have to. I know it's rough to serve your own mama.
That's crazy. I've seen a lot of that growing up. A lot of people serving their own mamas and things like that. I've seen a lot of that kind of growing up.
And you think you say, no, I'm not gonna do that. Well, then this nigga gonna serve her. Right. Now that's money. At least when you serve her, the money is staying in the house.
And I know what I'm giving her ain't gonna kill her. I ain't giving her no bad shit. All those justified things
that you go through. Right. I mean, but it's a life, man.
So all these things, seeing all these things, were these influences that made you want to get into music?
Yeah. So when I found out that I could do this type of music and the pain, I could do that. So that's what I was doing. I was doing horrorcore, really. Horrorcore. Because it was my shit was over the top. I was talking like.
So what year is this?
This was 91. 91.
Before Tech 9.
Oh yeah, I didn't know nothing about. I knew Ghetto Boys. But that was the Ghetto Dope album. Mm-hmm. That was before Bushwick even joined, I think, or before Scarface. I don't know. It was a Ghetto Boys, and then it was a Ghetto Boys.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So Raheem was in it, and Ready Red was already in it. Anyway, it was that kind of Bloody Nickel. It was that kind of stuff. So yeah, that and then we was watching Crypt Keeper. We was watching Stephen King movies. Well, I was anyway. So that's what the kind of stuff I was. It was always the dark side. It was always. Anytime somebody gave me an argument about anything, it was like, well, it got to be a counter argument to this. It's another way to look at this. Right. So that's what I was always on that. And I was always trying to get even that's why I say, even with the dark stuff, I was still trying to unite people. But who gonna listen to me? I always had hair. So I always had hair. So I always had like the little twists, and I remember niggas in North used to wear they shit like Shirley Temples, and everybody used to with the I didn't wear no barrettes. No, I didn't go there.
Right. That was like LA shit, really.
Yeah, that was LA shit. It's just seeing stuff and still see. It's a crazy thing. It's a crazy dynamic when you see all this pain and suffering. These motherfuckers is happy. Mm-hmm. On 1st and 15th, or it took so not
1st and 15th.
1st and 15th. I mean, it was parties. It was parties on the 1st and 15th. We didn't get any money, but everybody else was happy. So the people that we fed, through the week. They come back, they got hot chips and blue cream sodas, and everybody just, having fun and shit. But a lot of that shit I blocked out because it was, you sitting on a rock and then somebody shooting, and it's like, that's far away. And then here come, it was, I didn't care for that. I didn't really care for that. Only because, it was me. It was me and my mama, and, I didn't want anybody to get hurt. But, sometimes you had to do stuff, and it was a real dynamic. It was a real thing going on. Them niggas on top. See, we lived at the bottom. We started living in Hinckley, so at Easter Hill. So it was times where Niggas be like, nigga, we here protecting y'all, and I'm like, but y'all the ones stirring this shit.
Right.
Y'all stirring this shit, so they felt some kind of way. Some of them felt some kind of way about it. Like some dudes was real dudes. They're like, cuz, don't do this. You don't have to. Don't do this. I remember one time I was like 11 or 12, and them niggas laughed at me. I was running around cutting yards, and them niggas was laughing at me. And
cutting yards in the hill.
In the hill. Cause it wasn't like this now.
Right.
They didn't pay people to go do the shit, so it was like I was hustling, but I was fighting, not fighting, but I was competing with dope fiends hot. They charge you $1, so it was really people that cared about, like, man, get this little boy something to do, so that he ain't in these streets. Little niggas my age or a little bit older was laughing. Old G came up to me. He said, so that they could hear. It was on Foothill. I remember 26 and Foothill. He said, fuck them niggas. These niggas gonna be dead or in jail. He said, you a hustler. He said, that nigga gave me a $20 bill. I said, wow. I said, oh. He said, man, keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. And that also shaped me. It's being like you don't respect these people, but you respect they respect you. You gotta give some kind of respect. So it was a funny thing. It was a funny thing in there. And then you probably wonder, like, how can you come out of that and be like any normal kind of person? Right. And some don't. Some don't. Some people get hit. Got hit. My brother got hit. We lost a lot of people, but we gained a lot of people. We gained a lot of people. Yeah, so it's people in jail that's never getting out.
Never.
And they was protecting what they thought was their home. So it's a crazy thing. These people talk about America and how we free and this and that. I'm like, nigga, this war's going on that you don't even know about, don't even care about. So it's a thing. But yeah, that's why I started doing music. It looked like a way out. I mean, I know better now. No, truthfully, it could have been a way out if I'd have kept watering my seeds. It could have been a way out. But who teaches? Nobody taught us that, you save $1, you can put $1 up. And well, my cousin tried to tell me, but it was crack. I'm not finna, no, cuz he said, give me $10, I'll give you $20 rock. I sold that $20 rock, that one rock for $10. I was like, I'm out, I'm done. And he called me everybody called me a pussy that day. Hey, that's the funny thing about names. People call you names, and I remember he's like, you a pussy. I was like, all right, so be it.
So fucking be it.
So be it. I'm finna go home. I'm finna eat these wing flings and a bag of chips or something. It wasn't. I never really cared about what people thought. I care more now, I think, than I did when I was younger. Because now it's like I'm trying to get something. So
when you started doing music, any of those people that called you a pussy started seeing you like, man, he doing this music thing. Like,
nah, those people was from North, Fifth and Market. Okay. So no, that wasn't even my people. My cousin was the one that was down there. But no, the people, but from the top, they came because I went to England.
Okay.
So when I turned 20 or something, or 21, I went to England. I was going to summer camp every year anyway, so I would get away when it was the hottest. And I didn't know. But yeah, some people came to me, but some people, they listened to it and be like, this is weird. Like, why are you talking about drinking blood? Why are you talking about drinking blood? I was like, what you mean? Y'all drink blood every first Sunday.
Right. What's the difference?
Y'all doing it in effigy. I'm doing it in effigy and putting it to music. Y'all got pagan rituals just like everybody else. So and that's the other thing. People, you talk a certain way to people. They think you smarter than them.
Right.
So they treat you a certain way. But Griffin Boys always been big. So they never really touched us. That's the only thing that I do appreciate, is that we never was really bullied, because it was me and my brother Daniel, and then David ended up growing taller than all of us, and that nigga was a knockout artist. So nobody really was bullied. Nobody really bullied us. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still still a hood. So something did happen. It was me standing up for somebody who was too scared to stand up for themselves, and I end up I got hurt because this nigga ran.
Whoa, the dude just standing up.
Yeah, he ran. It was funny afterward, like a month or two afterward, not immediately. You know, I no black eyes, no. I just got kicked in the ass, and I think I got slapped. But I mean, you know, like I said, we went to El Cerrito, and I found everybody.
Everybody went to El Cerrito.
Well, they went to El Cerrito, and they went to Kennedy, so they had to walk past my house to get there. So everybody got back, and I didn't do nothing too much. I just was like, "Hey, man, what's going on? Let me show you how strong I am."
Was anybody rapping at El Cerrito during that time? Do you remember a guy named John L. Jones?
John L. No.
Ace Money.
No.
Ace Money.
But it was people rapping. It was just I didn't. You know, K Cloud is what everybody was trying to say. Let's go to their video shoot or do this. I remember when Hyro was. I had action in Hyro, not action like to be in it, but it was a dude named Suarez, Jamie Suarez. He was part of it. I can't remember. J Biz. His name was J Biz. We went to Portland together. And he was talking about, no, these niggas. I think it felt like we had action. It felt like we had action. But I wasn't ready to rap at that time. I was just like, oh, we could do that. I thought it was Doc Dollar, but you said that's a young dude. But it was a dude named, I want to say his name was Rodney. With a dollar in his name. He rapped. Tall dude, he darker guy. It probably was more dudes that rap, but I didn't, you know, I wasn't a socializer. I was a lone wolf. I was always a lone wolf because it was just easier. I didn't have to worry about nothing, and you never knew who was trying to hamstring you.
What's crazy is the guy. I'm from 9th Street, and 9th and Richmond, and so there's a guy from my hood named John L. Jones, Ace Money. He went to El Cerrito, and I didn't even know that he was rapping until I hooked up with this guy named EJ, Ed Stevens. He was recording all John L stuff, or he was working with John L.
Wow.
And something like that. And him and my boy Dubert and Tyreek, they had a group called R.I.P. That was them three.
I do remember Tyreek, T.Y. That's not T.Y.?
No, this Tyreek, this one went to Richmond High.
Oh, yeah, no.
This was Dubert cousin. But he went to El Cerrito. He was rapping and everything. I thought David was rapping.
My brother David?
No, David Burris. Was David Burris rapping? No.
He might have been. He was like, I think 2 years below me. So I wasn't. It was his group and Burris, Daniel Early.
Yeah, he was Law. He was a Law Boy.
He was, huh?
Law Boys. That was the name of their group.
Was
Law
it?
Boys.
Niggas.
Because by the time I got to El Cerrito, like I said, I was there 91, 92.
LAW?
My first year. Yeah.
Fuck that stand for?
Shit, I don't even know. I was a freshman at El Cerrito. I just got there from Richmond High, and I was in this one class, and Booker was in the class. Will was in the class.
Will Smith?
Monico was in the class. Like,
I don't remember Monico.
Monico Pierce?
No.
Right. He called Mo P now. He's a rapper. He was with Bay Life, doing the hype movement and everything. He's one of the dudes that real prominent. Mo P.
I know faces. That's the thing. I hate that I know faces. I remember I was walking with my girl one day, and we was at a mall or something, and I was like, oh, I know that nigga. Oh, I know that nigga. She's like, you don't know all these dudes. And then dude came back. He said, Griff. I was like, oh yeah, man, what's going on? I remember faces, names. I lose names quickly.
Fucking with them, that kind of made me like. I think that turned me into the rapper that I became, because they taught me how to. I had to start charging, capping, whatever, like you said.
Yeah. Oh, especially with Booker around. Yeah.
Oh, them niggas was clowning everybody.
They wouldn't stop, man.
So I think when they became seniors, or they got up out of there that year, I can't remember, but I was fucking with some dudes. Shout out to my nigga Rico and Dajay and them. They was like the cool dudes from my class. They was the cool dudes, but I kind of came because I was fucking with this dude named Demond Black, and he fucked with them. So when I got to the school, they kind of welcomed the nigga. You know, I was getting charged on. I had to get mine. I had to learn how to charge back and shit. But
you have to.
That kind of made me the rapper that I wanted to become. Being at El Cerrito, being around, it was like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You know, I wasn't a fly dude, but when I'm there, I'm fucking with. I'm learning how. I'm learning how to be fly. So I'm fucking with all these dudes, and It was like a wonderful thing.
El Cerrito is a funny thing because Crescent Park went there. They had to. I actually don't even know how I went. I don't know what she did to get me into El Cerrito because we was way on the other side. I could walk to Kennedy. I don't know how I got into there. That was something my mama did. She wanted me where she thought would be best. So I agree because if I was a different person, I would have been trying to get cross chords and do that, right. And I would have had bitches because them girls was falling for them news like it wasn't nothing. I
got to El Cerrito with cross chords when everybody else stopped wearing them. Though.
Oh,
so it was kind of bad. It didn't work out for me. Shout out to Mom for sending me to El Cerrito in blue cross chords, green Nike Cortez, and just the other color blue Devils, and it wasn't matching. And niggas used to get on me all the time.
Oh, they'll tell you
until I kind of became one of the cool dudes. Ended up getting kicked out. But the music there, I was listening to different kind of music. It wasn't just music from Central. It was music that Southside niggas was listening to, and some Oakland niggas. Oakland niggas went there too.
Yeah, I had run-ins with Oakland dudes. Niggas really didn't like Richmond.
Yeah, back then it was bad.
Yeah, it was very bad. I mean, I remember getting on the bus and the nigga said, "I wish a Richmond nigga would stand up." And I stood up.
Right, of course.
And that's what I'm saying. I wasn't as observant as I am now. Right. I didn't know I looked like a Richmond nigga. Right. I didn't know that. That's crazy. I didn't know. I wasn't universal. I wasn't thinking that way because. Truth be told, I told you I was going to camp. So every session there was East Palo Alto dudes, Rogue, what's up, Rogue, what's up? So it was I would go to the 100-point session because you couldn't mix the 100-point session and somebody else session. I didn't know that. I didn't know nothing. That place opened my eyes up. That's what opened my eyes up to the world. Camp Mendocino. I went every year. It was people. So when we went, I was a kid, but I started going as a worker. So then they did Camp America, which was, foreigners basically who came just to get so they can come over here for the whole summer, and then go back home for free. That's how I found out about Denmark, speaking Dutch and Germany and Liverpool and all of these places. That's how I found out about it. And they brought music with them. So, one of them years it was, you guys will be doing this in a minute and with 2 earrings. I remember Craig, his name was Craig, white dude from, I lost it that fast. I had it too. He was from, he was weird looking, but he said, you guys will be doing this in a second. He said, we the one that set trends for you guys. I don't think it's that way anymore. Right. But yeah, because I had 2 earrings. But so
dude was correct.
He was correct, and because I remember being called gay. So why you got 2 earrings in here? As soon as I turned, we couldn't get a piercing or a tattoo until we turned 18 at my mama's house. Yeah. So as soon as I turned 18, I got 2 hoops, and niggas like, nigga, you gay? You like, no, where your mom at? Nigga, well, let me prove it to you.
Man, so where your man at?
Yeah, not your sister, where your mama? I want you to, I want
to. You getting that exclusive right here.
That's exactly what it was. Like, oh, you called me gay, but I'm not. You gonna come to me? Right. I learned. Ooh, nigga, I learned though. Like I say, in high school, I regret not mixing with the kids more because, like you said, it was a rich environment if you knew how to look. So, I do. It's people that got people they went to school with, and they still cool with them now. I had a few, but it's not. It's more like a Facebook thing where I saw a girl I knew from high school. She ignored me. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" Because we friends on Facebook, and I said, "My bad, bitch. I thought this was universal."
Your ass, playing the El Cerrito game, the Eastern Hill game, playing the North Richmond game. You decided to put out your first album, your first song at the horrorcore. Were these all the things? Was these the feelings that you were reflecting in terms of all the shit you had been through, or what? What made you go horrorcore?
I couldn't even tell you. I mean, that's what just touched me. But it was all of that. It was all of that, and still trying. It was crazy because I was trying to do horrorcore without cussing. So some of the songs, if you listen to them, I say blood and I say cut a neck. but I never cussed.
Okay.
So I was doing that for a little bit, and it was lost on people. They heard blood and cut a neck or bite your face, and they was, this nigga's crazy. But I didn't never cuss because I wanted my mama to listen to it. I still wanted to please her, still do to this day. But now I've decided that I can't please anybody until I please me. So,
right. What's your first song? Not to cut you off.
The first song? You mean that I ever wrote on the album?
Yep. First song that you wrote that said, "I'm gonna keep doing this hip hop thing." Nope.
I don't, but because I used to write verses, so never was a song. I put together verses that because I had a book. I had 4 or 5 books, so I just put the songs together that that sounded the same. Actually, when I went to Dre's, he I think I was 21. Poor Man Dre on McDonald. He the one that made my stuff tight. And I don't even know how I started rapping fast.
So Poor Man was on McDonald when you was going there, or was he over there on Rum Reel? So he was in the process of moving when I went to the one on Rum Reel. E-Ray C took me there with Brimstone, I think. And shout out to my nigga Brim, man.
Yeah.
Brim was at El Cerrito too.
Was he? Oh, okay. Yeah, he was there. And then I went. He was in the process of moving to the one in McDonald's. So I never recorded at the one at Rum Reel. Okay. So, but the one with Trav and them, that's the one I went to. Okay. I missed a lot of opportunities there too because I'm not very sociable.
All right.
I didn't know how to move in circles, and it seemed like everything I said made people upset because that's how I talked, and it was the truth. And like I said, we was big people, so it's like people just instead of they just avoided me. So it was like I was just like, I missed a lot of opportunities.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
So the name of the first album was what?
Diabolique.
What year?
I think that was 96.
1996.
Yeah.
So any features on that album?
Hella features.
Like who?
We had E-Ray C. We had Madness from the Formula. That was Twist. Skrillbillies out of Oakland. Z. He do ZC Art. You go check him out. And B. I think he's a real estate person now. Poor Man Dre sang on Ill. That's a soulful song. People still request that now. Lady Lust. Lady Lust. Luster. I think she's in LA. Dreadlocks. She was engineer. Dre had a whole bunch of people. He was trying to make proteges where he could, they could engineer a session. Dap was there. I don't think Dap wasn't on my album. Not that one.
So Twist was on your first album.
Twist was on my second album.
On the second album.
He was on my group album, the Dark Titans album.
The Dark Titans album came out when?
The Dark Titans album came out in 98. 98, maybe even 99.
So maybe it was the Dark Titans album. Y'all had stickers for it? Stickers and posters or 4x6 and shit?
See, I had stickers for the Diabolique also though.
Diabolique is the one with the eyes, right? Something with the eyes.
Yeah, it was that had to be Diabolique. It was just my face. It was my face distorted. I did that album cover, and the program I had a bootleg thing of Corel Draw.
That program.
That's
hella old.
Yeah, it is. And I loaded it up, and I said, let me distort this, and I distorted, and the shit just twisted. I said, oh my god, that's raw. So I just left it. But yeah, that's Diabolique. Was Twist on there? I can't remember. I don't think he was on there though.
Okay, so the Dark Titans album.
Haters Must Die.
That was who?
The name of the album was Haters Must Die.
And who was the Dark Titans?
The Dark Titans was me, P. Newton, all people from Easter Hill, Mac Ed.
That's Pete?
No, that's Huey. His name was Huey, so they called him P.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah. And Andy.
Andy.
Yeah. He was Mac Ed then. I think he easy does it now.
Easy does it.
And that was that we recorded that album Ephraim Galloway studio when he lived right down the street from Easter Hill in his basement.
Okay.
He was Twist was on the Dark Rider song. That was E-Ray C. Man, that was E-Ray C, me, P. Newton, Mac Ed. Yep. Who else was on that album? Ease, Esmond. He was on there. Dude named Miracle. He was a protege of Ephraim. I think Z was on there. Erase, he been on, I think, every one of my albums.
Erase.
Yeah. Every one of my albums.
Shout out to Erase, man.
Yeah. But that was a group album because I thought, I want everybody to do what they got to do. In fact, truth be told, if I think about it, that may have came out first. Because when I recorded my album, I remember everybody was calling me a sucker because I didn't, like, nigga, I ain't even on here. Like, the Dark Titans was mad because they was, so it might have been flip-flopped. It got to the point where I was in there, I was saying so much outrageous ass shit that it went. And I don't even know how I started rapping fast. It was just, I felt a pocket in there and I was like, no. I didn't hear Bone. I didn't hear that shit before. Or Tech 9. I didn't hear Tech 9 until Race, he told me about Tech 9. I was like, oh, this nigga, wow, this is what? It got to be a group of us because this nigga did this whole thing. He just was a supreme hustler.
Right.
And he had money behind him. He found a way to get money behind him. So I'm trying to think who. I never really had a real, that's bad to say. I never really had like anybody famous on my shit because we just stayed in our little silos, and it's another reason why I feel like I went to camp with all these dudes from San Francisco, East Palo Alto. I should be knowing these dudes, and I wasted a lot of opportunities on that. I like that Diabolique album, but it was too hard for most people.
So, question: the music, the history, your era is kind of like, well, your era is the Erase era, Bo Hides era, all of that. That's your era. So I was still underground and working in the basement. We wasn't really putting nothing out officially yet. And Natural Go Getters, that album didn't come out till '99. So my next question is this: after doing all that music and everything, did you ever think one day? Well, let me ask you this first: how many music videos do you have for all those projects?
3.
All the work that you done.
3.
3.
And I just shot them.
YouTube.
Yeah, and I just shot them within the last year.
Yeah.
And I just shot them
all the years.
Yeah, for all the years. We nobody had money, so we never put them together. Yep, everything is on YouTube. Worth Your Life with Erase in Contact that you shot. I remember for Dark Side Asylum, you shot me like a little promo. That's Bro Hides is on that album. Bro Hides is all on that. I don't even know. I think that was 2006.
6?
Had to be because I was at. Or was it 2008? I don't know. I was on Ohio because we went to the back and we shot it, and I had hair still. So that's the one I had the condoms for and everything. I was like, man, everybody was like, man, what are you getting condoms for? I said, because nigga, you can carry condoms all day and your girl can't get mad. Right. And they was like, this nigga's a genius.
Right.
So I had all the Bro Hides on that. I had Cleckley. I had everybody on that album because that's what I was trying to do. Once I realized what we needed to do, I said, oh, I'll be the person. I just stopped doing it. So if I did that Dark Side Asylum album, had everybody on there, the shit wasn't reciprocated. So when everybody else was doing albums, nobody called Griffinstein. Erase did because I think I got a beat on every one of his albums also. So, and that's the other thing, we had to do our own music. So all Diabolique, I did that. All the beats. I did all the beats. Now, mind you, Diabolique, this nigga Dre is a genius. So he took what I gave him and he made that shit super soulful. That's why I think Ill, if you ever get a chance to listen to Ill, that's going to be that's the movie. That's the mini movie. That's my Remember the Time. That's going to be my Remember the Time. Because it's a dope deal gone wrong. It's a raw ass. It's crazy. It's slow. It's slow and methodical. And man, it's a crazy song. But yeah, that Dark Side Asylum was the one I thought was going to pop off. And I was giving everybody albums like, nigga, this is what we need to do. Richmond finna be up. We finna do this. You gonna see who everybody we got. This is Powerhouse. Niggas was off. I think that was Molly era. Is that Molly? 2006, 2000?
Ecstasy.
Yeah, Ecstasy. Them Ecstasy, that's what I meant, Ecstasy. Yeah.
That's the Ecstasy era.
Them niggas was, woo. Niggas was, you could tell.
So getting past the music and everything, did you ever, I'm gonna fast forward. I'm probably going to end up skipping a lot.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
I want to make sure I get to see it. And so one of the things that I want to know about is a lot of the things that you got going on now. So I see, well, I know, and a lot of people see that you're into reading, and you're reading to the kids and things like that. How did you get into, for one, going from horrorcore to reading for kids?
So now I just call it dark music. When you say horrorcore, it's a connotation of that. It's almost like Hatchet, the Juggalos, which is not a bad thing. It's just I'm not as bloody anymore. It's more just what you don't want to talk about. Right. It's the dark. It's the dark side of. It's a dark side of everything. It's a dark side of pregnancy. It's a dark side of everything. Relationships still happens. Nobody want to talk about it. I'm gonna set it to music. Now the reason I did it is the same reason I was being that shithead in school, like the dude that any Richmond nigga stand up, because I dress like this. So I wanted the kids to see that just because you dress a certain way or just because you are a certain way, up here can be full, and some things they can't take from you. You can put them Gucci shoes on. You can put whatever. I don't know if they make it. You know what I mean. You can put all these shoes on. Let me tell you, when they lock you in a cage or they drop you in the middle of the Mediterranean or something, can you hustle out? Can you hustle out? Can you understand that in these different countries there's customs where you ain't supposed to shake people's hand with your left hand or your right hand? That's what I'm saying. That's why. I want them to understand that. So that's why I started reading books, because I wanted the kids to understand that these people that they see on the street aren't animals. You see them on the news, you see anybody that cock their hat to the side, you think he's something. I am something, but I'm just like you. Be me. Be you, be me.
So where are you reading?
The multicultural bookstore owned by Tamara Shiloh in Hilltop. Once it opened, I started off with one kid, and I probably shouldn't say it, but they said he's slow, he's autistic, he's this, he's that, and I sat there with him with that math. There's nothing wrong with that boy, right? But they keep telling him that something is wrong with that boy. I said don't believe what people say. I said don't let them hamstring you. They're gonna put you in the box. Don't let them put you in the box. So I started with him, now his sister, and now I got two more. And we doing math. So I tutor. I was reading because I just wanted people to see, us. And we own October. I put the money down already. So we own October. So October is our month. So I'm looking for people, every Saturday in October to, because it's Halloween. It's a Halloween month. Right. So it's the dark month. So we gonna take over the bookstore. We gonna put Halloween books and positive, but it's dark. It's still dark. Right. So that's why I read and went to read and tried to get other people to read and come down there so they can see you. And Marv, Swerve said he's going to read. I already got Swerve. I was trying to get all the high boys. I think Scan will do it. Ski definitely. I know Ski will do it. So yeah, I'm going to try to, I hope my homeboys will do it. Well, it's the multicultural bookstore. They're going to move it around because it's at Hilltop though. They're going to move it around because, they rebuilding Hilltop to be a luxury somewhere or other. They said it's gonna be homes up there or apartments. I can't see. I can't see
some up there.
Yeah. So it's at the Tamara Shiloh. Go to her website. She wants to do a podcast. She wants to do one where inventors, black inventors, they show what black people did. She wants to shoot a live action too. So she wants to do that where the kid actually walks to these different things and we wake up in these times when they created it. So that's where we do. She said I can do anything I want in the back. It's the old Hallmark store. It's where Hallmark used to be. So it's deeper. She wanted to do movie night, and I'm all in. I'm all in. So I'm just trying to help. I just want people to see that we do more than just sit on the corner and drink beers and whatever it is.
So if people are interested in joining you in the month of October, how can they get in contact with you about the month of October and the reading and things like that?
If they're really interested, they can go to Dark Network. Leave me a message at darknetwork247 at Gmail. Okay. Just repeat what I said and then tell them you want to read. And then I'll put you on the list because we also going to start doing volunteering so people can see. I just have to decide on what kind of shirts we go. It has to be a robotic. it's a branding thing. So I want to make sure that we can, so people know something is growing and going on. But yeah, the DARKNETWORK 247@gmail.com. If you want to read, it's all good. They looking for people, and it's not as easy as you think. Right. So I was reading the first time, and Contact did a soundtrack for Kenneth Walker III called Never Give Up. You shot the video, we did the album, we did the song. I bought the book, took the book down there and read it for my turn to read. I was nervous. I ain't gonna lie, because kids are honest. Right. So,
innocently honest.
Yeah, innocent. Yeah. If they say, well, your breath stink, it's because your breath stink. Or you fat. You're like, yeah, I'm fat. So I was worried. So what I was doing, I was reading it, and then as I read it, I turned it around. And then Tamara told me, she said, that ain't how you do it. She said, kids are kids. They get fidgety. Right. So you gotta read it. I said, okay.
She showed you the art. You gotta and then look back at them and
read and do it. So I would have chose a shorter book if I knew I had to do it that with bigger words. Yeah. But it was good. It was family. He was Contact got a book. Mr. Steve, he should come to the Dark Network and do a podcast where we'll do our own reading, or whatever. However he want to do it. Whatever you do, I'll follow his lead on it because he works with children. Right. He knows better. Yeah. Right. So hopefully that will expand. And that's the funny thing. Every time we say something, somebody pop up. Right. We need promotion. Kool-Aid. Right. So now Kool-Aid is going to join the group, and he's going to start promoting, and we're just going to grow. It's just planting seeds for tomorrow. That's all we doing. But I do want to hit the streets because it's a strange thing. You want to do what's right for people, but you want to do it for black kids because they the ones that that's what I was. Right. That's what I was. But I can't turn down other kids. So it's just the Mexican kids will show up, the white kids will show up, the Asian kids will show up. It's just, but no black people. So if you listening to this and you're a black mother or a black father, participate. Your kids need to see positive black men, positive black women. We're gonna have women in this thing. It's just, and it's not a knock against anybody else. It's just, even truthfully, Mexicans need to see positive black men too, because everybody looks down on us. Yeah, everybody looks down on us, and it's not everybody, but you know what I'm saying. It's we start at a disadvantage, and I want that to. It's okay if you know how to use your disadvantage to your favor, which I am learning how to do. That's the duality. I just want to do the duality of people. That's what we into now. Me and you trying to start this dark network, skits and whatnot, for the upliftment of people in general, but specifically the black kids. I was watching this thing on, the Japanese news network, and they was talking about how the African kids was out there, and some of the girls was getting fondled, and just people don't respect women. Like I thought that I just never even Japanese women. Like the culture is just about you here for us, and a lot of churches are like that. That's why I didn't understand why some people is so gung ho for that. But we want to be advocates for everybody. For black girls and black boys, because I think we gonna go into it. It's just
people run from it.
They do, and it doesn't help. So people have these lies in their mind that they tell themselves. So I was telling this. I said, so if you want this, you got to go do this, and do this. And don't worry about this because some people will do these things to you, but you got to keep going. You need to be positive. Right. I said, I am being. That's what I'm being. Right. I'm saying I'm telling you what's out there. She's like, no, I got the blood of Jesus. I'm just gonna say, all right. Well, you just we'll let you. It's nothing I can do if you fail to see what I'm telling you. And then hopefully she get through what she's trying to do. But I'm like, if you know the traps, if somebody knows the traps, I would be doing you a disservice if I sent you somewhere and didn't tell you that these people crazy. Right. So that you can see it. But sometimes it takes people to get tapped on the head before they understand. I ain't. All I can do is talk. Now, the question I have though is, when do you? How do you keep going when people not doing? Not because I don't want to say you got to do what I say, but if they not listening to you, that well runs dry.
I think when people people constantly knocking your advice, looking at the advice you give them, or looking at the conversation from a totally different angle, or you letting somebody know, be aware for this, or be aware. And once you're telling them to be aware, they're looking at it like it's negative.
Like it's negative.
Like it don't exist.
Yeah.
I think when you get to a point where I get mad, me keep telling you this is out there, and you keep bumping your head, when I start getting upset, that's when I stop.
And do you cut them off, or do you wait till they come back and say you was right?
This is the thing. When they come back like, Ray, you know what? They already telling me I'm right.
By saying, you know what? Yeah.
Ray, I need that. You know what I'm saying? Ray, you know when you was trying to do this, can you try to help me out with that? You know, sometimes people got to bump their own head. Sometimes people got to see that the way they do it don't work.
I mean, me too. It did happen with me.
It happened with you?
Yeah, it happened with me.
So that's why, I just kind of think that's how I go. I'm going to keep telling you the way until I realize that you in the way. When I realize you in the way, I have to get out of the way until you realize you in the way. There is a way. Basically, we both go figure out the way one way or another.
Yeah.
Or you're going to figure it out one way or another. I already know the way. So where I'm trying to put it, but basically, I know the way and you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Either by me or by bumping your head until you get tired of it. And so you'll figure it out.
I just didn't want to, I didn't want to run out of patience for people because, like you were saying earlier, it's like this person that you really need to help is just around the corner. You walk past him and you see he's in distress, and you like, you just same as the rest. I don't want to be that person, but I don't know where to get the energy from to keep on moving.
Sometimes you gotta let that go, and you gotta keep going on your mission.
Yeah.
Niggas
will change your mission. Well, not that you change your mission, but in your hopes to do what's right by people, you veer off course. I've lost people because of that, though, but it's recent because now I don't try to hold on to everybody. I'm like, well, because you're not trying to hold on to me, so you don't consider me a resource.
Right.
So you better off by yourself. You better off without me.
Well, this boat got these straps on it to where you can strap yourself in too and come along for the ride. It ain't even about holding on to my hand.
Nope.
Just sit in the seat right here, just like me. I'm sitting in the seat on this boat that's going here. Get in the car. But now you Trey on Boys in the Hood and let me out, though. They're ready to go take care of the business, and you like let me out because you got another way that you figure out you go do it.
That you gonna do it, yeah.
Some people are scared to get in the car. Some people are scared to stay in the car.
I understand that too, though, because you don't understand, you don't understand it. So
thing is this, though, that's fearing success. I fear success a lot, and that's why I believe that's part of the reason why I'm not where I'm quote unquote or where I could have been.
Could have been, yeah.
But then I wonder if that I could have been there even exists, because if it was meant for me to even be there, I think I would have been there.
That makes sense too, though.
I could dwell on it and say, I could have made this decision, and I could have got on a plane this one time and I didn't say no, and I could be.
And all you have is what you have now.
Right, and I didn't. So, but now I'm a lot wiser, and I think that's why with this dark network thing, I think it's going to be successful because you're a hard worker, and I believe that I'm a hard worker, and the things that we both trying to achieve is actually achievable, and it's not whack, it's not something out of hand that we can't reach.
It's not diamond teeth. Right.
Yeah. It's something real, and like in the reading with the kids and all these kind of things. This is stuff that I want to do. These are ways of giving back, and that's the things that I like.
And you know what's crazy about that? Motherfuckers don't have nothing. We don't have nothing. That's what I tried to explain to a couple people. I don't have nothing. That fucking Cadillac, that fucking $1,000 in the bank, that's nothing. It's people sitting on billions or sitting on millions that was gifted from 100 years ago. We don't have anything, but we trying to give everything.
Ain't that crazy?
I couldn't even change it if I wanted to.
Right.
I always helped people.
Right. Same here.
I never even thought about it like that.
How many proteges do you have?
Man.
How many people say, man, I started with Griffin? How many of those same people say, here's the crazy part though, and this ain't throwing no shade at nobody or nothing, because I don't really know everybody you work with, but a lot of those people, how many of them say, man, if he wouldn't have wasted his time with me, he'll probably be a lot further? How many of those people actually say that? None
that I know of. But I wouldn't allow nobody to say that, because I don't think it was anything I did wasn't a waste of time. Now they may think it was a waste of time. It's people that say fuck you, but I take that as a compliment. I know a nigga that said fuck you with a dark t-shirt on.
How'd that go?
Well, he was on video. Video.
How'd
So
that go?
I was sitting there like, God damn, you must be sick. So I take it all with a grain of salt. If I didn't care, back when I was a kid, I'm not finna start kissing ass or kowtowing now. It's just, we got a mission. And I feel strongly about it. I wish my bones was as willing as my mind. If my body was as quick as my mind, we'd have been where we wanted to be a long time ago.
Right.
But
same here.
I tell you, Nick, I had a nap the other day, and I felt brilliant.
Right.
Just to sit down after I ate and I sat down. I was like, man, I'm sleepy. And I said, well, it's Saturday, nigga, go sleep. Went to sleep, woke up. Oh shit! I cleaned the bathroom. Maybe I'm at the age where I need a nap. I need to start eating right, because you need that energy to do stuff. Even if I don't play, like Portlock, he playing with them kids on that basketball court. I can't do that.
Right.
I don't have the energy for that. I mean, but the good thing is, just like anything else, if you work at it, you're gonna build it up. And that's another thing. We need to be healthier, because movements like this, sometimes you get a good person in there and the motherfucker die from diabetes, or the motherfucker die from I don't want to say a gunshot, but it is dudes still dying from gunshots, heart attacks, strokes. So that would crippled a lot of stuff. I noticed that people getting killed or going to jail even, because that's the other thing. I want to make sure everybody in the organization, once we get it to where we need to be, everybody is a moving part, or where to get somebody to do this piece at, so this doesn't stop. I don't like talking stuff into existence negatively, but if I get shot in the throat tomorrow and I can't do anything but breathe, I would very much like to believe that somebody is going to read in October.
Right.
Very much.
Right.
Every October until the first kid from October turned 21 and he reads in October. That's what I would wish. Okay. That's what I would wish. But I'm going to learn more. Every day learn and create. But music is I like music.
Well, let me ask you, can I talk to you about your podcast?
Yes, sir.
So, the How Do You View You podcast. Tell me how that's coming along. How many episodes you currently got right now?
15 posted. Number 15 posted yesterday with you, actually. Yeah, with 2 G's.
Okay, 15 completed and posted. And as far as the podcast is concerned, what's most of your shows about? What is your podcast geared towards? Like, what category?
So it always meant to be just niggas sitting around talking shit, but it morphed quickly, philosophical, almost spiritual sometimes, but it's always about self-help. We had Kyoko on there. She was talking self-help. We had very first person was Travis Keaton. He was on there. He was about financial education. You was talking about how people talk to me and said, what was most powerful about Ravens? He said, when I had that apartment key, when you said, this is mine, motherfucker, you don't even know where I came from. Right. You laughing at this apartment, but I was sleeping on couches. So this is powerful to me. The other people was talking about Galia Palmer. She owns that place over there in Market Square. People just loved her voice. She was talking about spiritual. She said she don't belong to a church, but she said if she driving out on a Sunday and the spirit moves her, she's just a very peaceful person. I mean, everybody. we ain't got to say the Contact. Contact was talking about helping kids, and Portlock is help. So yeah, it just worked out that way. Now, I might have to do another one so that I can start talking about pussy popping. But as of right now, how do you? But that's what it is. How do you view you as a mirror? Is when I thought about it, it's probably a song that I put in front is Parliament or it's Funkadelic. It's Funkadelic. That is the aim. How do you? In fact, if you listen to the song, that shit is raw. That's what he's talking about. He's like, how do you view you? Do you want to fly or do you want to die? Do you is your cup half empty or half full? How do you view you? And hopefully people open their eyes and look into it. I just wish more people would listen to it. But I say nigga, I say bitch, I say motherfucker. So I mean, maybe one day I'll stop, but
I don't think that's what it is.
You don't think? No,
I don't think that's what it is. I just think like you got some good dope. Well, I don't know if I want to use that as an analogy, but
even that,
you got everybody just don't know where it's at yet.
Yeah,
it's still growing.
But that's what I'm saying. Even that, but that's who I'm talking. That's really who I'm talking to. Even that analogy is what I'm talking about. That's that's how we talk. So yeah, we'll see. I hope that's what it is. And I haven't. And don't get me wrong, I haven't even really looked into how to truthfully promote a podcast. Some of the best not best, but some of the most famous podcasts are people that was technically already famous. So everybody talk about Rogan, but he's a comedian. He's already there. So if I were to do what I was supposed to do in the past, if I could sell 100,000 records, this podcast would be all right. I feel like, which is still going to happen. I think it'll be a worldwide thing, and then we could do the podcast live in Jerusalem or something like that. It's all good. I
think once we figure out some things and putting our name in certain places, I think it's gonna grow more.
Yeah. But that's why I did it. I did it for introspection, really to get. And I'm gonna tell you really why I started, because I don't like talking to people. I don't care for it. It just is. I'm uncomfortable with it, but not as much as I was a year ago. So now I can talk to people and I can move. Everything is for part of the plan. So I start a podcast. I get to know people. They tune in. They know me. I get friends. We all make a network. Then we start helping the city. We start helping the city, and the city council is bouncing up. Then we can make moves that nobody else can make. Then these dudes with the cocked side things and the gold, I'm finna go get my whole mouth gold once I stop working. And I'm gonna get a face tattoo. I'm gonna get it all.
Bling, bling.
Man, I'm gonna go do all of the stuff that people say, you can't do this. These slave talks to me. I don't like it. You can't make me. I am what I am. You can't make me less. You can, in your mind you can, but that don't.
That's where it stops.
I'm a fool if I believe you about me. What kind of shit is that? So, yeah. A lot of stuff is control. A lot of stuff is control, and I never really cared for control. It was a thing on. I always quote dumbass shows, but on That's My Mama, the dude Clifton, he was like, "Man, it's two things I hate. I hate being told what to do, and I hate being ordered."
Okay.
So I hate being told what to do. Look, cuz how can you tell me what's best for me in my life? Now, talk to me as a rational human being, then we going. But don't say, Griffin, do this. Griffin, do that. Griffin, do this. If you don't, you're going to fail. Now I'm going to try. What I heard you say was, you can't do shit.
Right.
You can't do this unless you do it my way. So now I'm definitely going to try this out. That's why I don't talk to people that way anymore.
Communication.
Yeah, I don't talk to people that way anymore. I say, well, and you can't talk to everybody the same way.
No.
So it's a game. It's a game. And it's the 3 P's, man. Preachers, politics, and pimping. Trying to learn.
3 P's.
3 P's.
Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap it up. I think we covered everything that I pretty much want to cover right now. So I can get you back in the future. See
to
progress.
Document, yeah.
See progress.
Yeah, because the as far as music, the Corpus Delicti album is coming out. I think before the end of this year, and then the Bronze Chop album, Justin Orr, is going to come out, and then I think you was going to try to do a Dr. Dre, a Chronic. Was it this year or was it?
I'm gonna try to do it this year.
I will be featured probably on that, and I will be featured on the iBoy Who Rider 2020 album. Contact the Last Chance You is coming out. I think it drops in June. I'm on I think 2 of those, the Hitting song, and then actually Contact again with some more love. He's doing another children's album. I'm on that. Okay. I said that before. It's just I got it. So I'm finna. If the music is gonna be the calling card to get the people to come, then let's do the music. Let's do the music. The recording studios downstairs. It's just art. Oh, and I did find it out. It's so. I said it was defining art, respect, and knowledge. That's dark. Everybody want to know what dark stand for, and it's gonna change. It's fluid. Right. So I'll tell you now is that, and then tomorrow is something else, or in a year is something else, because we are where we are, and right now we are defining art and respect and knowledge. If you don't do that, what good are you as a human being anyway? So
it's forever evolving. So the name is going to evolve. The
name is going to evolve
as life evolves.
And like you said, it's call letters. So it's the call to the dark people. Let's go. It's time. These trees will bear fruit in coming years. We may look poor, but these minds is crazy.
You heard it here first. So I want to thank you for coming out. I want to thank Griffin for coming out today to talking to my people. Hopefully more people tune in and subscribe to check out more of the good things you got going on and hear about things you got going in the future.
Yep.
And in the future, we're going to bring you back, like I say, so we can see any progress and everything else that's new we can tell the people about and go from there.
Yep.
So we're going to sign out from the Dark Network. I am 2 Jesus. And thank you for tuning in.
Peace.
Laney Eagles, Coach Beam, the best chance you, the first chance you, Laney built, protect the nest, last chance you, let's go.
It's a full grind all the time, hotter than a rest them, best them, stay getting touches on them, come to the town, don't make a sound, we loud, and we shutting it down, who wants some of this now?
Don't even try to game me, man, I'm a baller, don't even try to change me, man, this is all God, and this is what he gave me, man, if I'd have thought it was them two, but it's Laney, man, hey, Coach B, do it for the team, here we go, when we get the green, nothing but a thing, do it for the dream, all day pay on a prayer and a wing.
Hard work, this my chance. Show the coaches, show the fans. Can I make it? Yes, I can.
Last chance you, hey, time to grind. Lights, camera, action, time to shine. I'ma get it if they on the line. I'm on to my next opponent, won't survive. I've been on the rise and I'm on it now. See pressure coming, I'm rolling out. Lenny Eagles.